This moment you will learn about some of the behaviors of transformational leaders, and particularly one of them is constructive negotiation. And that's what we're talking about now. Constructive negotiation. What does it mean to construct or negotiate constructively? What does it mean to construct your negotiative abilities in a way that gains you tremendous results and yields desired alternatives? What does that mean? What does it mean to engage in constructive negotiations? In when it has to do with conflict or challenges among people or in an organization, it is necessary, as it is incumbent on the behavior of every transformational leader, to engage in constructive negotiations. And constructive negotiation is about negotiating in a way that is constructive so as to yield the desired result that makes for peace, especially when conflict is imminent. All right, so you negotiate in such a way that yields the desired peace. A lot of times, some people say they are peacemakers, but in essence, when you look at it, when they get to engage, you discover that they are actually the problems of the they are actually the problem of the conflict. When there is a conflict, the challenge is not actually the conflict itself. The challenge is actually you, the players in the conflict. So, will the players be able to negotiate constructively to yield the desired result? Remember that when you are engaging in a conflict and you are lost in the midst, it means that your significance is no longer valid in that negotiation. All right, so to negotiate constructively will mean that you will be able to be intentional to shield the grounds and negotiate the objects or the issues behind that challenge in such a way that you must have made some significant sacrifices, and the other party has also made significant sacrifices in order to arrive at a compromise. So most times in a conflict or a challenge as conflict, the issue there is not necessarily about the contending issues, it's about the contenders. So we are actually the problem in the negotiation. In any negotiating issue or challenge, we are actually the problem. So, but you have decided as a transformational leader, be intentional about managing yourself to the extent where you are no longer the problem in any negotiation. You are no longer the problem in any conflict. You are ready to engage constructively. You are ready to make sacrifices to ensure that there is peace, or the challenge is reduced or totally eliminated. That's very, very critical. So when we talk about constructive negotiation, we are talking about making intentional effort for peace, making an intentional effort to engage constructively to ensure that peace is established. Most times, most times when there is a challenge or conflict, like I said earlier, the problem of every conflict is not necessarily about whatever they are trying or whatever it is. Usually, the players in the conflict are really the problem. So decide not to be the problem, because in every conflict, you are the issue. Someone could say, how am I the issue? Yeah, you are the issue, because you could escalate or de-escalate the challenge. You could bring it in depending on how you look at it. Alright, you could bring it to the red zone or the blue zone. What that means probably will come in another video. Because when we talk about red zone, we're talking about the angle where the conflict is escalated. And the blue zone, we're talking about the angle where the conflict is reduced and there is peace. Alright, but you, majorly, you are the issue. So sorting out a conflict or making sure that the challenge is eliminated, in any list, you are the issue. So sort out you yourself as the issue. Once you or yourself, you have been able to master yourself, gain mastery over yourself, you will be able to engage in constructive negotiation. So this moment, I think that constructive negotiation, I think that in other videos or whatever thing we have, we'll be able to talk about that more. But in this moment, I think I have been able to establish it to you that constructive negotiation is one of the major behaviors of transformational leaders. And it is very, very critical. You know that in every conflict, you are the issue, not necessarily the subject of this conflict, but the individual players who are in that concern. Thank you so much, and we'll see you then.